Good evening and welcome to Bermuda College online information session. My name is Nachika Trott and I will be your facilitator today. We are delighted that you have joined us this evening to learn about the teaching opportunities at the Bermuda College. Throughout the evening, we encourage you to post comments and ask questions that we will address during the Q&A session. The agenda today will provide you with all of the essential details about teaching at the Bermuda College. Our presenters for today are Dr. Phyllis Curtis Tweed, Academic and Student Affairs Vice President, Tammy Richardson, Dean of Arts and Science, Latanya Roberts, Dean of Business, Hospitality, and Technical Education, Kathy Swan, Director of Nursing and Allied Health, and Lauren Aline, Human Resources. At this time, I will ask Dr. Curtis Tweed to begin the presentation and to remind our listening audience to please be encouraged to ask questions and to make comments. Dr. Curtis Tweed.
Good evening. As part of our strategic plan, which began in 2018 and takes us to 2023, one of our goals is to ensure that Bermuda College is fully staffed, well-staffed, moving into the future. We've been around for 45, moving into 46 years, and we plan to be around for a while. We are anticipating some retirements in the next 3 to 7 years. So this effort is about succession planning as well. I must stress that this is not really an opportunity for seniors who might be thinking of retiring from one job and coming over to teach at the college. I must remind everyone that the mandatory retirement age for teachers is still 65. However, in this effort, we do want to access and tap into Bermuda's human capital. And we want to make sure that Bermudians understand what it means to become a faculty member at Bermuda College, know what the qualifications are, and then are poised and ready to apply when the opportunities come. I understand that there are about 165 people who signed up to attend the information sessions, and so it is my pleasure to welcome you. Bermuda College, as you may already know, is an amalgamation of culinary arts, academic studies, and technical education. And that started more than 45 years ago. We remain true to those roots by offering programs in all of those areas. We are Bermuda's only tertiary educational facility, and we are accredited by the New England Commission of Higher Education. Now, this is important because being accredited means that we adhere to standards. This helps us in terms of international recognition and helps us to gain a number of partnerships, which we have more of 30 in the United States, the UK, Canada, and the West Indies. So with that, I will ask Dean Richardson to tell us about arts and sciences.
Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Tammy Richardson, and I am the Dean for the Division of Arts and Science, and welcome again. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the programs and the courses that are offered under the division. There are 8 associate degree programs that fall under the Division of Arts and Science. They are Art and Design, Arts, Arts and Science, Actuarial Science, Early Childhood Education, Education, Marine Science, and Science. Some of the English courses that we offer would be Freshman Composition, Literary Analysis, Writing for Professionals, and Oral Communications. Under the Mathematics umbrella, we offer courses like College Algebra, Finite Mathematics, Statistics, and Business Calculus, just to name a few. Courses that are offered under the Art and Design program would be Introductory and Intermediate Drawing, Introductory and Intermediate Painting, Introduction to Media Arts, Introduction to Graphic Design, two-dimensional design, and of course, a few sculpture courses. Under the natural sciences, we offer biology, chemistry, physics, and earth and environmental science. We offer a total of 10 biology courses, 6 chemistry courses, 4 physics courses, and approximately 7 earth and environmental science courses. Under the social sciences, we offer sociology, psychology, economics, and an introduction to social work course. So for example, psychology courses would start out with the introductory courses and then move on to the 2000 level courses, which would include abnormal psychology, human development, and learning theory. Under the humanities, which would be electives that our students would choose to take, here are some of the examples of the courses that we offer. That would be French, Spanish, music, religious studies, philosophy, history, film, and a few art history courses. And last but not least, some of the courses that fall under the education and the early childhood education program would be Introduction to Child Development, Classroom Management, Exceptional Children, Foundations of Early Childhood Education. So this is just a snapshot, of course, of the many courses that are offered that fall under the Division of Arts and Science.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kathy Ann Swan, and I'm the Director of Nursing and Allied Health here at the Bermuda College. The Division of Nursing and Allied Health is fairly new to the college, so we're still evolving. We presently offer 3 programs, the first being Associate of Science in Nursing, and that track takes you to becoming a registered nurse. The second one is an Associate of Science in Pre-Health, and that track prepares you for all the other healthcare professions. And the third track would be the Pre-Medical Associate degree, and that prepares you for medical school and puts you in a good position to apply and to be accepted or to attend one of our universities that we have an articulation agreement with. As I stated earlier, we are evolving, so we are looking at other allied professions, diagnostic imaging technology or X-ray technology, and medical laboratory technology as well. In healthcare education, it's theory and it's clinical practice. So alongside the lecturers, we also have what we call clinical instructors and preceptors, and their role is to share their expertise and experience in the clinical areas and basically help the students to connect the dots of what they learn in classroom to the clinical practice. So you get the current experience and very relevant as well. To prepare yourself for that position, you have to attend a clinical academy, and this is a 2-day academy that teaches you basically how to oversee students, how to evaluate students, and to prepare you for that role. So it's very exciting. We are going to continue to evolve and to address the workforce healthcare professional needs on the island as well. Now, in healthcare education, you can facilitate classes or teach with a bachelor's degree, and then you'll have to have a certification in a relevant field. And then alongside that, we do accept if you're pursuing your master's degree at the time. So you can do that as you teach. And that's it really about nursing and allied health. And I look forward to your questions, and thanks again for your ears.
Good evening. My name is Latanya Roberts, and I'm the Dean of the Division of Business, Hospitality, and Technical Education. Within this division, we offer 7 associate, 9 diplomas, and 7 certificate programs, which can consist of Accounting and Technology, Associate of Arts, Business Administration, Associate of Science, Computer Information Systems, Associate of Applied Science, Hospitality, Management, and Culinary Arts. The various courses we offer within the division are Accounting, Finance, Introduction to Business, Computer Information System, Data Management, Business Law, Organizational Behavior, International Business, Project Management, and Human Resource Management. Within the computer science department, we offer data management, and this particular program, Computer Information Systems, is aligned with CompTIA certification. Many of our students within this program have completed or worked alongside developers of the TreeFog app, which is a government notification system. Within the culinary department, our programs are accredited by the American Culinary Federation, and between the Associate of Science for Computer Science and the culinary and hospitality areas, we require our students to complete internship components. And within the Accountant Technician Certificate Program, we have our students completing a work study program, which allows them to receive real life experience. Within the Technical Education Department, we offer we have a few disciplines: heat and ventilation, air condition, motor vehicle, plumbing, electrical wiring. At the present time, we are seeking a full-time HVAC instructor, heat and ventilation air condition instructor. Full-time faculty, they provide hands-on experience or instructions for the students to have an engaged learning environment. Faculty also perform assessments and techniques, use a variety, of assessments and techniques. They incorporate various technology into their learning approaches. They work with their colleagues to develop and modify curriculum for a degree or certificate program. They are also encouraged to obtain online certification. Faculty are advise students with courses, about the courses they need to take to complete their programs and to ensure that they're achieving their specific goals. They also stay informed about changes and innovation within their various fields by completing various professional development activities and obtaining additional certifications or degrees. Adjunct faculty are hired each semester. They are exempt from some of the full-time duties and requirements of a full-time faculty member, such as advising. That completes that area. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Lauren Aline, and I'll be representing the HR department. So after hearing all that information, I guess you're wondering, so how do I apply to be a lecturer at Bermuda College? So other than the cover letter and resume and transcripts, you would need to have a master's degree in the subject matter that you'll be teaching, along with teaching experience of 2 years at a post-secondary level. Now, there are some areas where persons will not have a master's degree. For example, in technical education, they must hold a journeyman certificate and have at least 10 years experience in the field they instruct. There are also other exceptions. For example, in accounting, you may have a person that doesn't have a master's degree, but they'll have a bachelor's degree, along with a professional designation, along with also extensive years of experience in their field. And so they will also be considered. We also have this as well as in information technology, or as far as HVAC, where the person may have numerous certificates in their recognized prospective industry, and those people can also be considered to be a lecturer and instructor at Bermuda College. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm up next. Career advancement opportunities. Faculty can certainly progress on the academic ladder based on successful performance and by obtaining additional academic qualifications. After 5 years of service, a lecturer can submit a letter of interest for promotion from lecturer to senior lecturer or from lecturer to professor. For one to climb the academic ladder, of course, there are certain criteria that is required. There are also opportunities for faculty to engage in professional development. Faculty right now participate in 3 professional development days that are offered over an academic year. They are also afforded the opportunity to attend local or overseas conferences, conduct research, or write articles relative to their assignment here at Bermuda College. There is also a succession plan in place for employees interested in managerial or leadership positions. Thank you.
Hi. Now, should you become a college lecturer, it's a very rewarding experience. Students are basically here because they want to be here, and it does make your job a much easier. We do work through the summer sometimes, although it is optional. We're trying to look at that and expand our summer course offerings. But summertime, a lot of the lecturers use that time for preparation for the fall. So you don't have the entire summer off. There's a lot. Lecturing is not easy. You have to be very clear and concise, but it's really, really great. And of course, you have to consider the different learning styles as well. Your students are very special, and you get to know them very, 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 very closely. It's the classroom size and ratios are very small. Grading is a very big task, and it takes sometimes a long time to do, but it's a very important time. And at the end of the day, that's what the students are very much interested in, their grades. We do complete, or the students do complete evaluations, and sometimes they can be harsh, but it certainly is an opportunity to read and consider to see how you can do things differently to improve student success or to improve your success as well. You learn a lot about the students. They're not afraid to share. There's a lot of community activities, and we try to outreach with that as well. But we look at the wholesome student to make sure and understand their learning styles and how we can get to know them better so they can succeed. And that's where the advising process comes in as well. But it's a very, very rewarding career.
Thank you so much to the deans and directors for providing us with that information to provide an overview of the expectations of a lecturer at the Bermuda College. At this time, I will encourage our listening audience to please make comments and ask questions. Dr. Curtis Tweed will be on hand to answer any questions that we may have. We do have one question here. So in regards to your associate's degree program, will applicants with a bachelor's degree be eligible, or would one need a master's degree?
If you're referring to teaching in the associate degree programs, I would say it really depends on the subject area. For most subject areas in the associate degree program, you do need a master's. So for example, if we're talking about chemistry, biology, foreign language, you would need a master's degree to teach in those areas.
Thank you. Our next question is, with the increasing shift to hybrid learning, will there be an opportunity for instructors to obtain training to effectively deliver online courses?
Ms. Virgil, that's a great question. Over this summer, we actually offered all of our faculty, both full-time and adjunct, the opportunity to take online programming to enhance their skills in remote teaching. So the answer to that question is yes, and I'm happy to say that 65 of our faculty took advantage of that opportunity, and that opportunity is ongoing. We have a certain budget that's set aside for professional development, and we certainly do encourage our faculty to take advantage of that.
Thank you. Our next question is there a way to possibly shadow a lecturer that can be applied to post-secondary teaching experience?
That is a very good question, and I must say that it's similar to a question that came up yesterday. That is not something that we currently have in place, but we will certainly be discussing this issue. We are aware that, this is Bermuda, and many times people will complete a degree and come home and then be told that they have to have experience in order to have a particular job. And there's really no way to get that experience here. So we will have a conversation to see if we can put together some opportunities for Bermudians who are interested in teaching at the higher education level to be able to gather some experience. Maybe in the adjunct level, but we will certainly work out something.
Are there opportunities to design courses, and if so, what criteria would be needed to validate that?
Well, like all universities, we have a system for evaluating courses that faculty design. You, of course, would have to be a faculty member in order to design a course that would be considered for offering on the campus. But our faculty do create courses, and those courses go through the academic council process. The academic council consists of peers, it consists of division heads, deans. They evaluate the course. They make sure that it meets standards, our accreditation standards and other standards. And it has to go through that process in order to become a course.
Thank you. For chef instructors, what qualifications are required?
Now, that's a good question, because for chefs in the culinary arts industry, it is a little different. They may not have a master's degree, they may have a bachelor's degree, but chefs also get other qualification certifications as well. Our program, as I believe Dean Roberts mentioned, is accredited by the American Culinary Federation. And they have all kinds of programs to assist chefs in having additional certifications.
Thank you. I saw on the Daily Show that the projected timeline is 3 to 5 years out as it relates to the actual placements. Are application packages being accepted prior to that deadline, or should we wait?
Well, you can certainly send us your resume, and we can keep it on file until such time as we're ready to start entertaining applicants for various areas. It doesn't hurt to make yourself known to us. It is true, it's not 3 to 5 years. I think we said 3 to 7 years, actually. But if you are interested, it doesn't hurt to reach out and let us know about you.
Thank you. Our next question: do you provide courses to students who do not speak English as their first language?
We actually do not have a program for ESL at this time. Most of our applicants are English speaking. I am aware that we have a burgeoning Latino community in Bermuda, and so there may be a need for that moving along, but we currently don't have that.
Thank you. If one does not have post-secondary teaching experience, but does have primary teaching experience, would you still encourage that individual to apply?
Primary as in teaching elementary school? I would say no. That is, elementary education is very, very different from teaching in higher education.
Does the college provide guidance on accredited universities to obtain master's degrees?
We certainly can. And we also have a number of partners that do offer master's programs that we're affiliated with, like Framingham State University in Massachusetts. So we can certainly provide guidance if someone would like some assistance in identifying accredited universities.
Are spiritual development or religious knowledge courses offered?
There is a course in religion.
Yes, so we do
not
offer
spiritual development. We offer religion.
Yes. What subject areas of instructors is the college seeking?
There are a variety of areas that should be coming up in the next 3 to 7 years. A few offhand that I can think of include English, psychology, sociology. As Dean Roberts mentioned, again, we need someone in HVAC now. So that is an area that is we really need somebody now.
Does the honorary doctoral degrees qualify an individual to teach at Bermuda College?
An honorary or honorary? Honorary doctoral degrees are not really degrees. They are an honor that is bestowed on an individual by an institution. It is not an earned degree. So the answer is no.
Thank you. If you taught for 6 months post-secondary and have a bachelor's and a master's degree, could you be eligible for an adjunct post when the time comes?
That's a very good question. We would prefer to have that 2 years, but for an adjunct post, I think it would depend on the subject area. There are times when we have subject areas in which it's harder to find qualified people than other subject areas. So I would say when the time comes, you should still apply and see if we can use that.
Thank you. How soon is the college looking to start recruiting?
Well, we are recruiting now, and that is the whole purpose of this broadcast. In terms of how soon we'll actually have open positions, as I said, we have that HVAC position open now, and we anticipate having other positions open within the next 3 to 7 years.
Yes. This person would like to see the HR slide again, so I'm just going to go back to answer that person's question. Okay, so there is the HR slide. And that is the second HR slide. Did you have a particular question about the HR slide? Okay. I may have missed it, but what requirements are needed in order to teach at the Bermuda College?
Well, in most areas, you would need a master's degree in the subject area. There are some areas in which we have instructors who are not required to have a master's degree because of the nature of the subject matter. So for example, in accounting, one might not get a master's degree, one might have a bachelor's degree, but also have a CPA certification. That person would definitely be qualified to teach. Another area where it's slightly different is in applied science. So for example, in nursing, clinical instructors may have a bachelor's degree, or they may have a master's degree. They may be working on a master's degree. So that's because the qualifications in that area are slightly different.
Thank you. And Kathy, I'm going to join you to the conversation with regards to this question. Is there a lecturer vacancy in the nursing department at the moment?
Not at this present time, but we will be looking for the next year, within the next year, yes.
Thank you, Kathy. Would a registered dietitian be eligible to teach the medical nutrition therapy course?
I would say most likely yes. We would need to see that resume, but if you're registered, it would mean that you have the qualifications, that you've done the licensure.
Yes, thank you. That concludes all of our questions. If any of our panel members, I'd like to just call on you to maybe share your experiences about being at the Bermuda College, being in the role of a faculty member. First of all, call on Dean Tammy Richardson. If you want to just share some about your experiences.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Nachika. I've been at the college for 16 years, and I started out as a faculty tutor in the Academic Resource Center, teaching mathematics. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Teaching is certainly my passion. 4 years ago, I applied for the dean's position. So as I spoke about earlier, about moving up the academic ladder or leadership positions, there are opportunities. I applied for the position and I was successful. And now I'm the dean and I'm enjoying that part as well. But I do miss the classroom. It's a wonderful experience. The students are wonderful and they're great. So I encourage you to get the qualifications and join us at Bermuda College.
Thank you, Dean Richardson. We do have a few more questions that did come in. If I currently have a specialist degree in education, but do not have the teaching experience post-secondary, will this prevent me from applying?
Well, you really would need to have the post-secondary teaching experience. The specialist degree in education, that could mean a variety of things. Different colleges have different requirements when it comes to a specialist degree.
Thank you.
Of course, it doesn't prevent you from applying.
I am currently in the process of pursuing a postgrad certificate in instructional educational technology. Is there an area for you? Is this an area for you would be interested in?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Would a master's degree in organizational management qualify for someone to be eligible to teach?
It could. It depends on what your coursework was like in organizational management. It's possible that you could be eligible to teach in our associates in business.
Yes. Will Bermuda College be offering a farming certification or certificate program?
We currently do not have a sustainable farming certification program. We do have an aquaponics program, and we're actually offering courses in that right now.
Okay. I have a master's degree, but have not taught in the classroom proper. Would I need other qualifications to teach in a classroom?
You would need teaching experience.
And it doesn't matter what level, or is it their preference?
You would need teaching experience at the post-secondary level. And I don't know what it means to say I have not taught in the classroom proper. I mean, I know sometimes when people are working on their degrees, they have teaching opportunities as students. That could be counted. It just depends on what it is.
Okay. That looks like that we have addressed all of the questions in the Q&A. I would just ask Dean Roberts to maybe share about her experiences being at the Bermuda College. Dean Roberts?
Good evening, everyone. I've been employed at Bermuda College for 21 years. I believe 19 or 20 of those were as an instructor in the Division of Business Administration. I came to Bermuda College teaching secretarial courses, and then moved into various other business courses. And about 2 years ago, the opportunity came for me to apply to be the dean. I received the position, and here I am today as the dean of this division. It's been a great journey. It's something new because I'm taking on areas within technical education and culinary arts, which are kind of out of my normal business area, but it's rewarding an experience, and I enjoy it every day. No 2 days are alike.
Thank you, Dean Roberts. We do have another question that has come in. It says, I am finishing my master's in public health and have by my bachelor's, I think that's supposed to be, in nursing. Would I be eligible to possibly teach in the nursing program?
Possibly, yes. I would say that if you're affiliated with the BHB, that is something that we could certainly talk about. Nurse Swan, you want to add anything to that?
You have to unmute yourself, Kathy.
No, that's absolutely right, Mr. Chris. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Anything to add to that question, Kathy, for other BHB maybe employees?
Yeah, if anybody is interested at BHB, yes, certainly they can contact myself or Dr. Curtis Tweed in regards to that employment. We are looking ahead at the next year, like I said earlier, trying to make sure that we have all the faculty members that are necessary, and even preceptors as well, and clinical instructors. But certainly, yes.
Thank you. Our next question. In which area/faculty should one apply if they are interested in teaching certification/pedagogy?
Well, if you're interested in an associate's degree, we do have an associate's degree program. We also have if you already have a bachelor's degree, we have an agreement with Framingham State University for a master's degree in educational leadership, which also has a graduate certification program attached. So you could do that as well. That would definitely assist with pedagogy and with teacher certification. With teacher certification, you really do need to have a practicum in order to, that is an experience in which you actually teach in order to get certified for teaching in the public school system. We don't actually have that with our program, although we do have an agreement with the University of West Indies for some teaching programs.
Okay, thank you. For the next question, I am going to add Director Kathy Ann Swan to the question. I have a Master of Science degree in Advanced Nursing Education and 1 year plus lecturing experience in the university in Jamaica. Can I apply now? I will want to lecture in Bermuda.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's a possibility. We would again need to see your resume and go through the interviewing processes as well, but certainly you can.
Thank you so much, Director Kathy Ann Swan. I would just ask Lauren Aline, the HR person, if she wants to add any last minute comments when it comes to the human resource aspect.
Yeah, so also that person that is probably an overseas person, when we do have persons that apply from overseas and we go through the interview process, we have to go through an immigration process. So once the immigration process is, we go through that, and if you are accepted and successful, and accepted, then yes, you can be eligible to work at Bermuda College.
Thank you so much, Lauren Aline. At this time, I am going to put up the additional slide. If you wish to contact any of the representatives here at the Bermuda College for further information, you may contact Dr. Phyllis Curtis Tweed or Lauren Aline. Are there any additional questions from the audience? As I think that we have answered all of the questions this evening. I'll just give it another minute. Dr. Tweed, would you like to add anything about your teaching experience and your background and how you transitioned to the Bermuda College?
Well, yes. I actually absolutely love teaching. I've taught at all different grade levels, but my favorite is higher education. I've taught psychology, I've taught statistics, I've taught undergrads, I've taught graduate students. And I find it to be very rewarding. If you can go back to that slide, Ms. Trott, that talks about should you be a college lecturer? Yes. This slide is designed to make sure that you understand that teaching is not for the faint of heart. But the truth is that it is much more rewarding than all of these things. Explaining things, for example, is hard. It means that you repeat yourself a lot. But there's nothing more rewarding than working with a student who may have struggled to understand whatever the point was, and the moment that they get it, and the thrill of seeing them graduate, the thrill of them coming back to say thank you to you, which happens very often, nothing beats it. So teaching is something that I highly recommend. I've taught all over the United States. I've taught in conferences all over the world. And I just really do love teaching, and I miss it as an administrator, but it is great.
Thank you, Dr. Tweed. We do have another question, another nursing question, public health. So I'll just bring in Kathy to that conversation as well. I have a Master's of Public Health, Master of Nursing, PhD Nursing, expecting to graduate in 2021. Am I eligible to apply for a job?
Yeah. Yes, as I shared earlier, you certainly can. And then we have to go through that process. Mrs. Aline spoke about the immigration process, if that was applicable as well, but certainly you can apply.
Yes. Thank you, Kathy Ann Swan, Director of Nursing and Allied Health. And I believe we have one more question that has just come in. Are there any openings for mathematics lecturers?
At the moment, no. But that doesn't mean that there won't be in the next 3 to 7 years. So for some of these subject matters, I would say stay tuned. The other thing is that we are growing our programs at Bermuda College. And so there may be areas that we're not waiting for people to retire from. Not waiting, I don't mean it that way. There may be areas from which people are not retiring. There may be areas that are just new for the college where we will be looking to hire lecturers. So stay tuned for that as well.
Okay, we have another question that's come in from the audience. What master's degree will qualify one to teach sociology?
Well, besides the master's degree in sociology, I believe that we have our current faculty member is actually an anthropologist. So that could also qualify you.
Dean Richardson, would you like to add anything to that question? No?
No, I think Dr. Tweed answered that question.
Okay. Thank you. So thank you to the listening audience for attending Bermuda College online information session. I hope each of you have had the opportunity to gain some information about the wonderful career opportunities here at the Bermuda College. At this time, I will ask Dr. Curtis Tweed to give final comments. Dr. Tweed?
Yes, I just want to thank all of you for taking the time to attend this session. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me here at the college. Or if you have questions about the HR component, reach out to Lauren Aline. We look forward to interacting with you further and hopefully welcoming you to the faculty at Bermuda College. Again, thank you so much.
Okay, someone just asked for the email address again. So for the person asking for the email address again, I did put it on the slide for you. And for our listening audience, we did have this session yesterday at lunchtime, and some of the questions were slightly different to this. So both of those feeds, you can go to the Bermuda College social media pages, whether that's Facebook or YouTube, to rebroadcast this episode or the one from yesterday. Thank you to our listening audience and have a Bermuda-ful evening.